And welcome into State Champs Face-Off, the finals preview here. So glad you can join us. My name is Sean Baligian, along with the coach, the head man at Orchard Lake St. Mary's, Greg Durham. Coach, let's get right to it. Some outstanding games going to be played on the west side. As our own John Kidd pointed out, 3 of the 4 matchups are rematches from last year. Let's start in Division II. The girls getting it underway. That is going to be at Rockford, home of the Rams. EGR and DCD playing for that Division II title.
Yeah, this is a rematch from last year. I think the biggest difference this year is I just think Country Day is on another level than anybody else. They have kind of like run through the gauntlet. They're playing at a high level. They are the team to beat in the girls Division II. Hats off to EGR. They've had a much better season than the beginning. But I think this season, Country Day is playing to win that title. They'll probably pull it off. But, you never know. The state game still has to be played at Rockford, and we'll see how that goes. But I really like the chances for Country Day to get their title this year.
I'm going to get your back as we transition to Division II on the boys' side. If you've been following us all year, Coach Durham's been pretty consistent talking about both the girls' Yellow Jacket team and the boys' Yellow Jacket team. The Yellow Jackets on the boys' side are going to be traveling to East Grand Rapids to take on Forest Hills. This should be a dandy, Coach.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good game. I really like both teams. Both teams have great goalies. Both teams have solid defensemen. Both teams have solid attackmen. Both teams have good face-off guys. It's all down to getting this done and played. And, Country Day took the first game they played against them early in the season against Forest Hill Central. It was an overtime. Country Day pulled it out. But I think Forest Hill Central has gotten better throughout the whole year. They've gotten healthy. And this is going to be, just like last year, another great game, down to the wire probably. I think it'll be a lot closer than it was last year. I think there's a 3-goal difference last year. I'm saying this is going to be a 1-goal game, overtime possibly in the making. I love both teams. I like both coaches. I think it's just going to be a great game.
Coach, FHC with that tremendous tradition, and they're going to be close to home. Is that a mitigating factor here? Or at this point in the season, hey, it doesn't matter where these guys play?
No, I don't think it's going to matter. I think that the thing is that Country Day is going to travel well. I'm sure everybody's planning on, getting there, maybe spending the night, getting their hotel rooms ready for a great day, Saturday of lacrosse. And that's, that's what you want. You want that the whole community, the Country Day community, to go out there and watch the game. Yes, Forest Hill Central is like 15 minutes away from EGR, is what it is. But I don't think it's going to matter. I think it's just going to be down to the wire. Who wants it more? Who's prepared? Who's ready to go?
All right, Division I on the girls' side, also at Rockford. How about Brighton and Forest Hills? This should be a dandy as well. I mean, what more can we say about Brighton? Heck, the Bird Dogs as well. This will be a dandy.
What's amazing to me is how much Brighton struggled in the beginning of the year. They didn't win their league, and here they are. They're right back at it. They've got a great coach. They've got a solid team. They're really young, and they're going to go against a really experienced Forest Hills Northern Eastern team. And, it's going to be a tough call for Brighton, but they've been here before. They've won they won it last year. So this is it. This is what we're all taught. This is what it's all about. Can they repeat, or is Forest Hills Northeastern gonna take the crown? And Forest Hills Northeastern's been consistent all year. They've been pretty dominant. This might be their year to take over Brighton. It's going to be a close game, but I do think Forest Hills Northeastern is going to win this game.
And on the boys' side, this is the one that I think everybody was waiting for. And by the way, before we get to it, props to everybody out there. It was amazing how many updates we saw on Twitter, Coach. People tweeting about both games involving these guys. Brother Rice, as we've been calling it since week 1, the revenge tour, if you will, taking on Catholic Central. They get a chance to get some revenge against Catholic Central. And Catholic Central played, by everybody's account, and I know you were there, an instant classic against Heartland, knocking them off in another tight game, something they've had a knack to do to get to this game, Coach.
Yeah, hats off to all 4 teams, first of all, because, Clarkston, they had a great season. They ran into the buzzsaw, Brother Rice. Hats off to them. I know they had a overall great season. It's probably one of their better seasons they've ever had. It's tough losing to a team like Rice in the semifinal like that. Same thing with Heartland. Here they are trying to repeat. Like, it's so hard to do. And like I said before, the top 3 teams, Rice, CC, and Heartland. And it was a great game. A little sloppy at times, but I think the nerves got the best of some of the younger players. You could tell that. But it was back and forth. CC got a nice little lead. Heartland stormed back a little bit, tied it up, never got the lead. CC just had some clutch goals, some great performances. What sets this up is the first 2 games. Rice beat CC by 3 the first game. CC got confidence because they were in the game. They played in this next game. They beat them in the Catholic League. CC beats Rice in the Catholic Leagues. Unbelievable defense. CC's defense is in a shutdown mode. They're playing so well. But overall, it's really between CC's defense and Brother Rice's offense. That's what this game's all about. And the other possession thing is going to be the X. Is Sirik going to win at the X against Brother Rice's sophomore? I think they have a sophomore that's taking the faceoffs. And so are they going to be able to beat him and control the game with the ball? Because Rice's defense is very good too. They have a great goalie. But the thing is their midfield and transition will kill you if you get beat by it. And so that's the ploy here. That's the concept we're looking at. So I think between these 2 teams, this might be one of the classics that we're going to see in Michigan lacrosse history. It should be a great game.
One more order of business to take care of today, and it's funny because Coach Durham, you've been following a lot of the stuff that we do on State Champs in the past, and you're familiar that we do a Player of the Year both in football and hockey. And true story, Coach Durham said to me before we started taping, this is difficult, and it is difficult. But, Coach, it's always a good problem to have. First, as always, we want to thank our friends at Warrior for making this happen, our Warrior Lacrosse Player of the Year. We are people of our words. Coach, before we give the entire Final Four, we have to tell everybody who won the online vote. We'll start with him first.
All right, so our top online vote getter was Blake Berry from Clarkston, face-off guy. But he's more than just a face-off guy. We heard Coach Kamiskas talk about him in an interview over a week ago, that he said, hey, this guy can do it all. He helps out in the offense as well. He's a huge part of the team. He led them all the way to the semis, and he is our online vote getter for the top 10. The second player that we have in our top 10 is going to be Ben Eck from Brother Rice. Midfielder, has been dominant all year. He's been carrying the load for the most part for Rice. One of the best players that I've seen this season. Outstanding player. I'm looking for some great things from him on Saturday. And then we have Jack Sirik, CC's face-off guy, their attackman. Watching him last night really kind of set the tone with that. And then he scored a couple key goals and made some key plays. And just being him on the field and watching him physically just grind it out the whole game really impressed me as a player. And that, like I said, him going against Rice, it should be a dandy. And then finally, one of the best players that we recently added, he's been stepping it up all year, is Sam SNEIDER from Forest Hill Central at LSM. He has been dominant. He leads their team in ground balls. I think he has like at least 20 points offensively. Just an awesome in between the lines type of guy, takes over games. He's our fourth and finalist for Player of the Year. Congrats to all the guys and anybody that was nominated in the beginning. Congrats to all of you. It's unfortunate we have to pick four for the Final Four, but it is what it is. And like I said, it's a fantastic group of guys all around. And thank you for everybody and your support.
Well, Coach, it's a good problem to have when we have difficulties getting it down to Final Four. It goes to show you how many quality players there are in this state and where this game has come in this state. But there can be only 4. Congratulations. We will announce our winner after the finals as well, the winner of our Warrior Lacrosse Player of the Year. As always, you're aware of the criteria. Now, Mr. Barry's going to get a bump. Don't forget, he was the online winner, so that counts for a little something. There you have it. And it's important to ask some questions, look at those numbers. Coach, I know you talked to some coaches as well, did the due diligence. It's not easy to come down to 4 like this, but did the due diligence, and we feel pretty good about this 4. So there you have it, our Warrior Lacrosse Player of the Year, Final Four. Coach, I know we're going to chat again 2 more times. We're going to have our final show, and then we're going to have a presentation for the Warrior Lacrosse Player of the Year as well. It flew by, but as always, it is a pleasure to chat with you, my friend. Your passion just screams through. I love sometimes just finding myself watching like I'm a viewer, man. It's a lot of fun, and certainly the finals will be a lot of fun as well, Coach.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this weekend. It should be great, some great games. I'm going to try to make it out to EGR to check the boys out. If I can't, I'll be watching it on TV. So we'll see how that goes. But basically, what a great season. I'm pretty excited. I still have lacrosse left. I mean, the coaches still have their meeting on Sunday after the state finals. We get all our awards. We pick All-Americans. And there should be some pretty exciting stuff there. So, yeah, great job. Great job to all the teams this year. It's been a lot of fun. I tell you what, coming down to the finals, you can't get any better than this. This is what we ask for, the best teams in the state of Michigan competing for the championship.
Well, for the coach, Greg Durham, and, of course, John Kidd, who I've said it once, I've said it 10,000 times, does the work of, I think he's at about up to 90 men right now. John Kidd, thanks for all you do. I'm Sean Baligian saying goodbye for now from State Champs Face Off.
State Champs Face Off is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic. Visit ltu.edu. Face Off is also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Michigan Army National Guard, a proud sponsor of the MHSAA. Warrior Lacrosse, Michigan-based, Michigan-built. Visit warrior.com. The Detroit Athletic Club Foundation Male and Female Athlete of the Year Awards,